People think you take alcohol and the next day you go for a jog or a run or exercise and sweat it out and the alcohol effect will go. So I'm sorry to say all these are misconceptions. Even the smallest liver disease, unless you stop taking your alcohol, you do not have a hope because the liver will degenerate much faster with each drop of alcohol that you consume. Hello, hi. Being the World Liver Day, let me take this opportunity to convey to you some of the modifiable risk factors that can actually harm the liver, which means you can modify it to make your liver healthy. So when we start off, needless to mention, the first thing that comes to my mind, which of course comes to your mind as well, I'm sure, is alcohol. People have a lot of misconceptions about alcohol. There is a myth that if you take small amounts of alcohol, it is not harmful and that it may even be beneficial to health. Second, you take alcohol for 2-3 days and then you withdraw the alcohol and do not consume for the next 1 week or so. Your liver health will recover and you can continue to take alcohol in that same proportion. The third myth is that along with alcohol, if you take good protein-rich food, the effect of alcohol is actually lessened. Fourthly, people think you take alcohol and the next day you go for a jog or a run or exercise and sweat it out and the alcohol effect will go. So I'm sorry to say all these are misconceptions because the damage done by alcohol will remain. You take a small, for example, a peg of alcohol, and I think that can probably cause death of around, 10,000 liver cells. So, and of course they will regenerate, but then there is a capacity for regeneration. Therefore, as per any standards, there is no recommended dose of alcohol that you can take. Any dose of alcohol is harmful, so it is always best to avoid alcohol. This definitely applies to people who have got any form of liver disease, even the smallest liver disease. Unless you stop taking your alcohol, you do not have a hope because the liver will degenerate much faster with each drop of alcohol that you consume. Now, apart from alcohol, what are the other risk factors that you can change so that your liver remains healthy? Again, diet, as you probably know, is a very important factor. Indeed, nowadays the liver disease due to alcohol is almost as high as just about the disease caused by non-alcoholic liver disease or so-called fatty liver disease. So here, diet is a predominant factor. So what diet can you take? The biggest misconception regarding diet is that if you take vegetarian food, it's very good. If you take non-vegetarian, it's bad. It's not strictly like that. Definitely vegetarian is very good. There's no doubt about that. But that doesn't mean that you should completely avoid non-vegetarian just for the sake of protecting your liver. Because for liver, what is important is a good mix of carbohydrate, protein and fats. Everything is required, but everything should be optimum. The key word is optimum. And high protein diet is certainly good for liver. So more than carbohydrates and fats, proteinaceous diet is actually good. So if you take a vegetarian diet, legumes, paneer, all these have, even eggs have got good protein content and they're actually healthy for you. But it depends on how you actually cook that food. Because you take egg and take a boiled egg or a scrambled egg, it's very good for you. On the other hand, you cook it you make it fried with lots of butter and masala and all that stuff. It not only becomes unhealthy, but it can be really damaging to your liver. So the same thing with the other vegetables as well. As long as the thing about diet is that taste predominantly comes from refined food, that is predominantly sugar and fat. And sadly, both these are not good for your liver. So the more you fry your food, the more you make it tasty by adding sugar to it, it becomes less and less healthy. So sadly, I don't know why God has made it that way, but the more tasty your food is, the more unhealthy it is likely to be. So that is where your diet comes in. And you have to weigh every week or even every day. And if you feel that you're putting on weight, immediately the next day itself, you have to adjust your food to make sure that, that weight doesn't keep on going. You have to reduce it and that weight has to be steady. It's very crucial. So along with the diet, equally important is exercise. So every day you must exercise. People say that I don't have the time to exercise. So that is wrong. It is a question of priority. If you have the priority that exercise has to be done, you will do the exercise. Even Obama used to do regular exercise. So you can do it, and that is very important. 45 minutes of regular daily exercise, which includes not only aerobic exercise, but also weight training. That's also very important because muscle loss can occur after the age of 40, 45. So it is very important to do weight training as well. Finally, of course, it doesn't have to be emphasized, but control of diabetes, hypertension, and cardiac disease is very, very important. So those who suffer from any of these diseases, it is extremely crucial that regular checks are made to confirm that all these are under control, particularly diabetes and hypertension. So all these are factors which you can easily modify, and that can go a long way in protecting your liver. Have a happy liver day.